Hello, Ronnie Figueroa here. I wanted to present this recording, this video, as soon as possible. And then again, what I've been doing more recently is I've been just kind of taping things on my Zoom site and just recording things. It seems to be an easy way even to um, get this video onto, let's say, my YouTube channel, and then I'm able to present hopefully some of this to some of you guys. Okay, what did I really want to say this time? I wanted to speak about two, well, words and concepts about those words. The one word would be guilt, and the other word is forgiveness. And I've just really come to a deeper understanding of what that really means. You know, it's good that I'm finding these things out more and more, because I think we should never stop learning. At 66, I'm glad that I'm continuing to learn and evolve, because I think we all should. You know, so one of the things that I think is really important is for us, no matter what age we are, no matter what emotional state we feel or believe we are, it's important to keep expanding and to keep growing. And once you get that and really hold on to it, you can't help but expand. Now, there's a lot of things that can be very distracting to that. A lot of the, and maybe most of the different philosophies, belief systems, religions, spiritual beliefs, New Age concepts, whatever you want to call it, can quite often get in the way and really be disruptive toward a more balanced kind of growth. And I say balance because I think that's what we all really need to get to that place of balance that becomes who we truly are as individuals. And then what happens is that we even more fully understand, accept, believe, feel, have a conscious recognition of our connection together. So one of the ways I think that can really help us get there and stay there and grow from there or here, wherever you are right now, you have to find that spaciousness that you perceive yourself to be. And I say this a little bit with hesitance because I know a lot of people are saying to themselves, I just don't have any real recognition of who I am. But all of us as a collective, we do. And even if it's a spark inside of you, that's the thing we have to keep holding on to, along with all the other stuff, the good, bad, and ugly. We can't deny any of it because it's all a part of what we are. So I think the thing is to accept it, learn how to live with all that you are. We're somebody who uses the term the shadow side. You can call it whatever you want. It's not that it's going to stay there and linger the same way. The more you bring all of your stuff up to this place that you are, some might call it self-actualization, some might call it your spiritual awareness, some might call it your connection with God, some might call it universal energy, whatever you want to call it. I call it a collective consciousness sometimes. I call it a spacious awareness sometimes. And in this place, which isn't necessarily really a place, but it's good to have some kind of conscious connection to something. And that's why it's good that we have our human side and our being side, human being more the intellectual thinking, processing kind of side, being part being more creative, where I believe there's this connective energy that connects us all. It's an intelligence that's a part of us all that we really can't consciously understand necessarily, but we can experientially live it, share it, and be one with it. And the reason why the world is the way it is, with all of the chaos that's going on, there are some wonderful things going on, but there's way too much chaos. And no matter what anyone says, I'm of the strong, strong belief that we are not nearly to the place that we need to be, and that we can get there much quicker by applying more direct, truer, balanced ways of healing ourselves and ways of living. Again, the simplest thing is you can use your body as a tool, because there's so many tools, techniques, philosophies, psychologies, whatever. The tools is bringing yourself back to this place that you believe yourself to be, even if it's just a spark of it. You may say, is it me doing it though, or is it the spirit doing it? Or That's all just words. Don't even think about it so much. Just practice it. Just continue along with the process of bringing everything, your good, your bad, and your ugly, as I call it, people call it whatever they want, to this awareness of something in you that has a spark. Those people who are right on the edge right now might say, I have none, but you do. You do. And you can tap into that right now, even if it's a little bit. Just stop for a minute and see it. Now, people can use words and terminologies like, oh, be in the moment or be aware. All of those things are nice words and they're good concepts, but it needs to be truly genuine to you. And that's by bringing this thing. You can use concepts of being present or being aware. Being aware, I think, is much more important, because how can you know you're conscious or aware unless you're aware of it? So anyway, bringing yourself to the spark that you are. And then once you hold on to it, you can look at something in the midst of whatever you're going through. That's something good that's a part of you. I like to use my heart. You can use that physically. It's really important to feel from your heart. Bring it here. Have someone help you if you're really going through rough times. And just getting this, bringing it here. That's fundamental. That's key. That's the most important thing to do as far as a tool is concerned. There are many others, and if you want to try them, whether it's psychology, psychotherapy, some more alternative kinds of things like NLP, MDR, hypnosis, guided imagery, meditation, mindfulness training, cognitive behavioral therapy, whatever works for you, fine. But just try something and try it consistently for a period of time. And then if something doesn't work, try something else. But again, all of these things are secondary. I even go as far as saying insignificant is in comparison to the simpler tool of just continuing to bring yourself back and recognizing what you truly are. I have more kinds of demonstrations of that, and I can explain it more. People need to know that. But for now, just understand or try to see how real that is. Now, there's two words again that I said from the beginning, one being guilt and one being forgiveness. They're connected. The biggest problem with the world today is that there's too much guilt for most of us, or all of us to some degree. We have too much guilt within us. And the way that's synonymously related is when you look at the aspect of guilt as being something that you feel bad about yourself. And we all, to some degree, feel a little bit less than where we should be or should be feeling. We all do. And the ones who are saying, no, I don't feel that way, you're deluded. I'm perfect, everything's fine. You're deluded. And forgive me for the judgment, but I believe that very strongly. There's a delusional aspect to that. And we're all insane to some degree and deluded to some degree. Yet some are getting more of a balance and understanding and living in a more balanced, what I call a balanced way, being closer to your higher self or whatever you want to call it. Guilt is synonymously connected to feelings of insecurity. I feel bad, so I must be wrong. I must be doing something wrong, or I must be wrong. I feel bad about that. Oh no, that's guilt. I need to be feeling it in smaller degrees. But deep down inside, especially in our unconscious minds or subconscious minds, and unconscious, subconscious, they're synonymous in what they are. There is this feeling of lack. So the thing is just, again, bringing up your feelings or whatever is the best way to heal from that feeling of lack. Some of the other tools there too, but the recognition and seeing the connection of guilt and how connected it is to everything. And that's what causes war. Some people deal with it in different ways. They put a barrier up and say, no, I am right. This is right. You are wrong. When deeper down inside, they're just feeling really bad about and missing something within themselves. So they got to try to create something. I've got to prove that we are better. We're going to do everything we can to prove it. We're going to destroy you to prove it. And it's that really what's deeper down inside for us as human beings, as a human species. So in order to alleviate that, we have to do something. And that doing is, again, very simple, actually. And that's what throws me a lot, is that the simplest of things or can be the most curative of things. The key part is, and people use the words, having a belief in this place, in the spaciousness, faith, whatever you want to call it. And in this place where we are, so your truer self, whatever, it doesn't have to be religious per se. It's just something that exists within you. I do believe there's a collectiveness to it. And a word, again, the other word, forgiveness. We must learn to forgive ourselves, first and foremost, as well as others. And that forgiveness looks something like this, to where you can say to yourself, I truly love me. And get that, not just consciously or just saying it every now when you're in a meditative state, but 24/7. And practicing that over and over again is really important to connect with how much you can forgive yourself and care for yourself. To truly love yourself, you have to be able to forgive deep down inside. And what that does is, once you do that, it causes you to feel less insecure, less of a people pleaser, less of, oh, I hope I say the right thing. I don't know what to say next, or whatever. Much of what I say these days is coming from somewhere. I'm not planning it. I don't necessarily know the next thing I'm going to say. But a lot of people are telling me it's somewhat cohesive, you know. There's some recognition to it, I guess. So that's good. Even some of these words, I don't know why I'm saying them this way. They're just coming out this way. And that's another process of trusting the spaciousness, learning to, and on that more practical, conscious side, or the human side, or the thinking side, because we think too much, of learning to forgive ourselves. And in that also learning to forgive everybody else. Eventually, that's what's going to heal us. And until we do that, the world is still going to be in too much chaos. And there won't be a deep enough healing for the planet. Forgiveness, really important. I came up with this phrase that struck me today. And I believe it more and more, very, very strongly now. It's like, forgiveness is the cure. And the lack of it is the disease. Try to let that resonate within you somewhere. And there's different ways you can process through that. You don't even have to use those words, but just get that concept. And learn to do that and stand in this place. Because once you're truly here, more naturally, and you may have to work at it at first. It may be too much of your mental side doing it. But the point is that you're making an effort at it. But if it's me, it's learning to not rely too much on the conditioned part of us, which is that thinking part, that analyzing part, that intellectual part. We need to get that balance of both sides. That balance. So I think that's going to be it for now. I hope some people have gained something from these words. If you want to contact me, you can contact me in my email, which is Ron Figgy, RONFIGGY @gmail.com. You can check out my site. Let's see, it's ronholisticcounselor.com. I'm not very good at this part of doing all of these presentations. That's why I'm just saying them, and I hope people are getting help by it. I hope they can help you to direct and heal yourself, because that's what it's all about. All of the things that this one, that one can say, it's good, can be helpful, but the key part is for you to genuinely get it inside yourself. So I'm going to leave it there, and let's try to love each other. Let's try to really heal this world, again, by healing ourselves and learning to truly, truly forgive deep down inside ourselves and stand in what we truly are. Even if I'll say this too, so it's not like a perfected thing that you have to get to. Even if you're not feeling so great about life, exercise this anyway. And the more you do it, the more you will see it becomes a more naturalistic response. And you'll live this way more each moment.
Thank you.
See you next time.